Now that we've taken a moment to kind of give our own demonstration of what light is through our drawing, and we've had a moment to explain it to someone in the classroom as well, we are going to jump into our reader, and we're going to go into our first chapter today. As always, where do you think I want you to start when we open our book today? Please go ahead and turn to the table of contents in our book. We have our table of contents, and you're going to notice our chapters. We have less chapters this time. Our chapters are going to be a little bit shorter this time. But just as it was with our last unit, it's going to be jam-packed with a lot of really good information as we go through. We're going to take kind of a round robin. We're going to go around a little bit, and I'm going to have friends read us the chapter titles today. This is our Adventures in Light and Sound book. Let's see. Haley, would you please read us the title of chapter 1? What is light? Kaylin, title of chapter 2? Try that again. Nope. Thank you. How are shadows made? Very good. Aiden. Mirrors and reflection. Kaysen. Good. That one's a little bit different. It's a different word, but he's right. Refraction and lenses. So not just reflections, but we're going to learn about refractions as well. I'm already a little curious about what that is. Griffin.
Color and light.
Color and light. Claire. What is sound? So we know that by the time we get to chapter 6, we're switching over a little bit, right? We're going from light to sound. Very good. Tyler. Characteristics of sound. Ryder.
The human voice.
The human voice. We have a little bit of a pause point in there. So we'll jump down to chapter 9 then. Lexi.
Light and photograph.
Good, that word's photography. What is it?
Photography.
Light and photography. What is just going to be that idea of taking pictures? It's called photography. Ray. Good, Alexander Graham Bell, part 1. Good. Chloe?
Alexander
Mm-hmm.
Bell, part 2.
Fabulous. And Emery? Thomas?
Thomas Anderson, the Wizard of
Menlo Park. Thomas Edison, the Wizard of Menlo Park. So we're going to be learning about Alexander Graham Bell. We'll learn about what he did as well as Thomas Edison and what he did. And then we have our glossary. What is the purpose of a glossary in a book? Turn and tell your neighbor, what is the purpose of a glossary? Three, two, one. Zena, what is the purpose of a glossary? Fabulous. The glossary tells you what a word means. It gives you the definition of it, and it gives you what we call that phonetic, so the phonetics of it, so how you would pronounce it if you were reading it in a book. If you read it and you know the word right away, you might not need that. Our last unit, I needed to use that pronunciation guide a ton because some of those names or places were very tricky for me, and so I didn't know exactly how to pronounce them and would have to use that when it breaks it apart for you. So it's a really good resource for you when you go through. Yes?
If it's part long and hard words,
Yep. So it's gonna oftentimes the glossary words are gonna be those bold words. They're longer, they're harder, they're gonna be really, you got it, Joey, really important. Third graders, 2 units ago and the unit before that, we really focused in a lot on text features. And we found a ton of them in our book. And we talked about their purpose and why we used them, what we used them for. And we're really going to focus back in on those text features again. So what I would like you to do is give yourself 1 minute, and I want you to do a book walk, and I want you to find as many text features as you can. And as you find them, point to them and name them to yourself. Like, hey, I just found a bold word. That's a text feature, right? If you find it, point to it, name it, know what it is, and go through, give yourself another minute to do a book walk and find some of those text features.